Hey guys, Dylan from the Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you my reaction to The Owl House Season 2, Episode 9, titled Eclipse Lake. The synopsis for this episode is, when Luce gets sick with the common mold, which I assume is the Boiling Isles equivalent of common cold, it's up to Amity, King, and Ida to find an important ingredient for the portal door. But they're not the only ones on its trail. Now, I have seen a couple leaked images for this, mainly of a certain other character who shows up in this episode. But honestly, full disclosure, I thought this was going to be the episode that we got Amity confessing her love for Luce, not last episode. I honestly thought it was going to be a whole they get the medicine just in time, but it looks as though it's not working. Amity breaks down over Luce's body and confesses her love, and then suddenly there's this magical thing of the medicine working. Luce gently floats back into bed, wakes up like, oh, I just had the weirdest dream. You were there and you confessed to me, and that's all we hear about. That's generally how I thought this episode was going to go, because that's how these episodes usually go. But yeah, obviously that's not how this is going to go, so I have no idea what to expect, which is great. Anyway, let's get the episode started in 3, 2, 1, go. Yes. I'm assuming that is Titan's blood. Haha, your key didn't work. We got to see part of his... We get to see his whole face. It's got some, like, wood. He's half witch. You can tell by the ears. Now that I've seen his face, he's a hell of a lot less intimidating. Just gonna put that out there. Don't get me wrong, I know how powerful he is, but he's just a normal dude under that mask with slight disfiguration from his curse. Like, very different from that commanding image in the opening. But those definitely weren't full witch ears. Oh, hey, it's Willow and her talisman. He's a cat. I'm assuming that's I'm assuming that Ghost is Amity's talisman. She's trying to transform. No. Hulk transformation. Yep. So she went to human theaters when she ran away from home. Oh, the little abomination butler. Don't try that. I don't know. I don't know what that was meant to be. I'm guessing that's going to relate to the loose tethered in a lake. She's still calling him Goops. You're gonna get your ass handed to you. Hey, it's Steve! We don't get to see Steve. Hmm. Oh, poor Hunter. She's got a goop pouch. Mm. Ooh. That's getting blasted right back in his face. I'm walking with you. I'm not meant to be here either. There obviously isn't us. Mm, that doesn't work. Oh, they're trying their best, but they. She's learnt from. Hunter, you're bringing this on yourself and you deserve it. I'm gonna punt you into a pit if you're not careful. Really, Hunter? I thought that said hairy balls. Um, you couldn't have shown that like a half an hour ago? he did try to warn you. So you and Darius would get along very well. Did you at least chuck her staff down with? He's a Pokemon. You need to. You're going to do some pruning, aren't you? Um. Yeah. Ow. Oh, I thought it was a boulder that landed on it, not. It's all dried up. He's such a mood. Yeah, being nice doesn't do anything when they're desperate. You're gonna get hit with your own magic, aren't you? Ow! Right, he likes to make. Sounded like she broke it. She at least cracked the eye. You also have a new hater. She broke the blood out of the eye. The connection is getting stronger. Interesting. So it seems that both sides now have everything they need, except for the fact that Belos also has a completed door. One side has the knowledge to make it, but hasn't collected the resources. The other side, well, has the thing completed and needed the key. Okay, look, when I saw Hunter in the start of this, in the sneak peek or spoiler image, I did not think that he would be playing such an antagonistic role. Like, I thought, oh, he's going to be trying to help them and betray Kikimora to make her look bad. Which I guess, in a sense, he does because, well, he makes Kikimora look bad. But, yeah, I'm honestly, I never know what Hunter I'm going to get at the start of the episode. Because before the season, everyone thought, oh no, he's going to be a major antagonist. This was when we saw him at the end of the first season. And during the Reddit AMA, when they revealed the half of his face, the people were thinking he may not just be an antagonist. He's going to create a love triangle with Luce and Amity because they're around the same age. Episode 1, most people reverted back to he's just going to be a major antagonist, but he's also probably going to go undercover and create tension. And then at the end of episode 6, it's just like, the assassin you sent after me is now a part of my found family trope, and there's nothing you can do about it. But now he's gone and taken the key. So, who knows what is going to happen now. Yeah, seeing if there's any new voices. I never did see who Alex Lawther is. He's the one who voices Philip. And let's see. Frida Wolf? Was that not the one who voiced the Collector in... Yeah. Interesting. Wait, when was there an opera singer? Oh, right, when they were listening to the human music. So, interesting. Frida Wolf, I still hope I'm saying that right. She voices the guard captain. She voiced the opera singer in that, and she voiced the Collector. So, maybe the Collector's not connected to Amity like everyone thought, but is connected to this guard captain. Let's see. Who was I looking at for the... Oh, yeah. Alex Lawther was Philip. Nope. Don't know any of the other things that he's in. He is very young for his voice to sound like that. Then again, no, he's 26, so... Huh. I guess I don't know how British voices work. Because some people could be 30 with really high-pitched voices, and others could be, like, my age, or close to it, with much deeper voices than even I have. But this was a good episode. In the back of my mind, there was the question of, what if they get there and there's no blood? But, yeah. Once we found out that it was blood that they were after. Because I had a feeling at the start of this episode, based on the diagram of the door in the last episode, that it would either be Titan's blood, or I still reckon there's a bile sac in that door. And it's come from a palisman, which is why there was the spider staff after the door. So it was either going to be Titan's blood or palisman bile. And the only way to get palisman bile is to harvest it from a palistrum. So maybe if they weren't looking for Titan's blood, they'd be looking for a palistrum tree in which they can just carve the bile sac out of and hope that that works. It probably wouldn't, but be interesting. So you can carve any sentient creature, I'm guessing up to a certain intelligence level, to be your palisman. And then that just creates a staff after you've made the topper. So, because we did see a manticore, which is what Viney had. It's like the only real mythical creature that we've seen, other than the one that looked like Mew, but that could also be a cat with a very long neck. Also, Amity did get her own talisman. It seems that the Blights have access to either Palistrom source, or they just had a spare staff lying around that they gave to Amity. And it's a cat called Ghost, which very cute. I probably should go back and see what all of Luce's messages to Amity. Yeah, I'm gonna go look back, see if there were any messages from Luce to Amity that didn't get translated, and also I want to look at that book at the start of the episode. So I'll be back in a couple seconds. Okay, so there was only the message that she sent while they were both in the owl house, which was calling Amity pretty. It's like a U, then an R, then pretty. But I want to show you guys the full book here, Grimwalker. It says Goldstone, Heart and Power. We've seen that already this season. Palistrom Wood, Keratin. We've seen that already this season. Stone Sleeper Lungs. No idea what that is. Maybe something that'll be coming later in this season. Selkie Dontmas Scales. Bellos did want Hunter to kill one of them. And Bone of Tet or something. I don't know what that is. There's no image to show. But then we see this, which is sort of... That sort of looks like the stripe going across Bellos' face. So is he trying to cleanse himself of... Or is he trying to give himself a new form? Because I've just had an idea. Now, we know from this episode, Bellos isn't straight human. He's at least half, based on his ears only being half the size and half pointed. And it's not damage that made it like that. It was, it is just a very pointed near human ear. So, what if Bellos turned himself into a witch? Like, he modified his own body and did it wrong, which is why he's now cursed as well. But yeah, then again, the image in the book did show red eyes, whereas Bellos still has blue. But yes, it's very interesting. Also, the fact that Ida not only had a Dragon Ball parody movie on VHS in her basement, she thought that would help her transform into Harpy Eater, because she figured that whatever the Saiyans in the parody are called would help her turn into Harpy Eater. And also, she saw that in cinemas, well, in theatre, 30 years ago. Now, she's in her 40s. She ran away from home early to mid-teens because she was still at Hexside. So, she went and saw that in the human realm and brought a copy of the VHS back to the demon realm, which is funny. Anyway, overall, it was a really good episode. I'm not going to say it's on the tier of the last couple. Like, it's still better than 90+% of the first season. And I thought that was really good, so that just speaks volumes for what this season is. And I think this is the first week where it's not going to be the best episode of the show to date. And that's mainly because last episode had such big events happening, like Harpy Eater, King's Power, Illumity, King's dad showing up. That letter's going to be regurgitated by Hootie at one point, sooner or later. But yeah. Also, just the dynamic between Hunter and Eater and King, calling him a bad but sad man, and him firing back, calling King a rat after he called him I think he's called him a dog. I think at one point he said cat, but I'm not 100% on that. And in the first episode he called him a bird, despite clearly being a quadruped. And yeah, I don't think Hunter knows what animals are. Like, he seems to have a fair grasp on what a bird is, but he's constantly mislabeling everything else. So does he just not know what an animal is? And he seemed genuinely concerned about Eater and King about to strike the fool's blood. Of course, once he got freed, he then took his chance to escape, but he did try and warn them, knowing that he'd be out of range of the strike they were about to do. So he's got a moral conscience, that's all I can say. He's definitely I don't know how alignment charts work, so I wouldn't be able to put him. I think Balos would be lawful evil, so that would put Hunter in the neutral category, bordering chaotic good. Yeah, anyway, that's all I really have to say about this episode, so I'll catch you guys in the next one.